Supreme Court ma made a summitini when you're a yana, for be near yana.
Out of a reconciliation, the late Yana appended his signature for the same thing.
Long bass hour, murder Bangladesh in Baggy. And then Yana got I didn't south to the Yana knew.
Well, Lana recorded himself as a Bolana, and it was a time when even the Savulugu skin was empty. Bolana sent Nayakba to ask for that skin.
Bolna tam kam o zama banza bolna za zama banza yana za ne da mahal sabulugun dal o da tum ta garga sabulugu ndan yana sa.
If you didn't recognize him as a yana, would he do that?
No, da bi sato ne yana yoda na.
So Your Majesty, what we are asking for is Yana Mahamadu died first.
Ne so bun bolse nyala na mahmaran da dan kum.
Let us explain this after the burial of the Yana. And the eminent chiefs, Your Majesties, you give us time period and we all append our signatures to the agreement. We'll then all agree on the agreement. Then you go in, perform now this period, these days, this month, or so. Don't do this, don't do that. And we come out.
The Sabaran to buy. Kaya Masa even know. Ye gentleman Marcule. Ye into no, you to no, you to no, you to no. The so come because come to no.
But then the late Yanaya Bush body is also laid to rest in the museum.
If we are
going to skin a region of Nayakba, what will you be saying to the grave of Namama in the museum? Traditionally. If we are all pure royals, what would we say to his grave? Before we skin a region before him. My fathers and grandfathers, please, let's look at the skin script. It's a peculiar issue, Your Majesty.
With your permission, he wants me to interpret what he has to say. Yeah, he is asking for Your Majesty's indulgence to deliver the Kuganas greetings to the three eminent kings, the Nayiri, the Otumfuo, and the Yegonwura. He's asked me to extend his warm greetings and regards to the three eminent kings. The message my father, the Kugana, has asked me to deliver is that he has written to your committee through the Otumfuo seeking permission to intern his grandson and to install his reject. That he, the Kugana, is not taking away anything from the custom nor adding anything new to the custom. What he wrote, he stands by it. What I want to respond to is that the Nyanglana has mentioned the Kugana's name here, that he came to Kuga with a sheep to the Kugana to perform certain sacrifices. I was the person the Nyanglana came to first to take to my father. When he approached me, I called the elders of Kuga. I want to clarify things for the Otum 4 and Otum 4 committee and the gathering here sitting. When I assembled the elders, they took him to the Kugana. The elders gave the mission of Nyanglana to Kuga to Kugana. Now, the Kugana agreed with Nyanglana's mission to Kuga. Okay, he came with the sheep for the Kugana to perform sacrifices to seek for peace for DAGBON. After the Kugana had performed the sacrifices, I was the bearer that was sent, the messenger, to the Nyanglana to call him to come back to Kuga. When I went on the first occasion, I was told he had gone to Accra. Nyanglana had gone to Accra. I came back home and told Kugana. The Kugana instructed me that we should wait. When I hear he's come back home, I should go and call him. When we had word that he had returned to his town, Kugana sent me to call him. The Kugana informed the Nyanglana that he's called him. The purpose for calling him is to remind him that he had come to him to seek a sacrifice to be made for peace in DAGBON. What the Kugana told him was just that. The Nyanglana then said to the Kugana, I have come to seek for peace, and no royal prince or chief has come to congratulate me. That the Andani family has not come to congratulate him. The Kugana then asked the Nyanglana, when you came for the sacrifice to be made, Did you inform them? He said no, he hadn't informed them. The Kugana then said, in that case, the Andani family have done nothing wrong because they weren't aware that you were coming to me for a sacrifice with me. Right. The new Kurama, the Wumba, there is one toss of like one. That the Kugana then told Mianlana the purpose for summoning him was that he has the intention of bringing Mianlana and Songlana and himself to sit and consider the DAGBON issue. Mianlana didn't agree with the Kugana, rather lost his temper and left. That's all he wants to do. Thank you.
Now, Warren, just to clarify a point before we break, because I think I'm stressing them too much and we have to break for them to go and rest. But before I do that, you were saying that instead of appointing Yakubu's son as the regent, we have to perform the funeral of Muhammad first.
Yes,
which means he has to be appointed a regent first.
yes,
That's what we said.
yes,
Because he died first.
yes.
Now, with all due respect, under normal circumstances, when Yakubu was there, if ordinarily he had allowed, if you had performed the funeral, not that he had allowed, because from the letter it means there was the situation of you wanting to perform the funeral in the palace, and he was occupying there, so the funeral couldn't be performed. So if ordinarily the funeral had been performed, Yakubu would have been there to appoint a regency for the son of Muhammadu or something, isn't it?
Yes, Your Majesty.
And then the subsequent one would have been giving him a title to live here.
Yes, Your Majesty.
But now we come to a situation where we don't have an incumbent Yanana. So what stops us from appointing the regent of Yakubu? I'm asking a question, just tell me if it is workable. What stops us from appointing the regent of Yakubu to be the regent after the burial of Yakubu? With limited powers, and then if we appointed 3 from the Andani, 3 from the Abudu to be with him, then we would then allow the son of Muhammadu to perform the funeral of his father, and then in consultation with the elders of the 3 from here, 3 from here, with the regent, appoint him, give him a title as would have been done by the Yana. Because then that same authority of the Yana is being confirmed here, so that they could then appoint him, give him a title that he has to take, which ordinarily he would have been anyway since the Yana died. I'm just trying to find out, is it workable or not? I'm coming up with these suggestions and then we will break. Now, if you were appointed a regent, how would they also accept that? Because they would also say that it's not agreeable to them.
Your Majesty, the agreement starts from here whether Muhammadu was the Yana or not.
Yes, he was. It's been agreed here that he was.
So if he died first, this funeral should perform first.
Now, okay, I understand. You have a clarification?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Please be patient. Let's try to resolve this quietly now.
In DAGBON, funerals don't just get performed. Particularly funerals of chiefs or lawyers. You've got to seek the permission from the rightful porter before you perform the funeral. What Your Majesty and your committee are suggesting is the correct way forward towards that. It must be someone who approves.
There should be an authority.
Yes, you don't just do it in limbo, in abstraction. So what my uncle, the regent of Corley, is saying, he's overlooked the fact that authority should come from somewhere, and the authority can only come from the reigning Yana or the regent of the Yana. That is the customary correct position. So I think your committee should take that on board.
Yeah. In this
So
case,
the authority should come from somewhere.
He's also talking about a former Yana, so
Yes.
which means his written will also have the same authority. But we are looking at it in this way that the Yana Yakubu who has died, ordinarily if he had been there and this funeral had been performed, he would have conferred the title on the regent of Na Muhammadu Abdullah. No, I'm coming. So now he's not there. That's what we are telling them. Why can't we appoint his regent so that he will have the authority, but this time with a limited authority, because we want a committee, 3 elders from the Andani, 3 elders from the Abu to be there with him, and then together with the Kuga 9 consultation, so that they would, after the funeral that he performs, he has the title that he would use to perform like it would happen. Because it would not have happened this way, but now that we have this on our hands, we have to compromise and sacrifice something. And therefore, get a title to be conferred on him by the regent of Na Yakubu and the 6 elders of both the Andani and the Abudu, to confer a title on him to go to whatever. And then later, Na Yakubu's son would also perform the funeral of his father. And then wait. So when we have a new Yana, and then he would also be given a title to go to wherever he has to go.
Yes, Your Majesty, I am comparing
That's what we are
your
doing.
suggestion and saying it's in line with custom. What the regent of Corley is saying is not in line with custom. That's all I'm saying.
We would leave what we think with 7 o'clock. I don't want to swing them. But we are leaving the meeting at this point for you to go and deliberate. They also would look at it. And then when we come tomorrow we shouldn't spend much time to finish this, so that I can let the whole men go, and then we can conclude that tomorrow. So ponder over this and let's see the way forward. They would also ponder over it and then come back. And then we'll see how it goes. That is not the final settlement. These are all suggestions to have to get to the peace process. So that what you think is good, what they think is good, they will come tomorrow. We will discuss that and then come to a conclusion. But then I'm going to bind everybody, whatever we agree tomorrow, we will do the undertaking for us. Right? That will be the roadmap for the way forward. What I've said is not the final decision. We've not said that. I said that you go on in your quiet moments, discuss these things. In their quiet moments, they will discuss these things. I and Nanan will also discuss. So tomorrow morning, before they leave, we will finally conclude that. But I thought we should give you some ideas about what we think the way forward should be. Anything contrary to that, let us know. We will still discuss those issues. But, gentlemen, what we need to be clear here is that the bone of contention about the position of Na Muhammadu Abdullah has been sorted out, and I think we are clear about that. I don't want us to drag our feet back and forth on that. As to whether he must be recognized as a Yana or not, I think from the documents, from the Supreme Court interpretation, I believe strongly that we are there. Now, the question of regency, that is what we are suggesting now. And therefore, we will come back tomorrow, discuss that, because he was talking about compromising. Because what he said was that assuming we compromised on certain issues, they come back to say, Your Majesties, we agree to say now Muhammadu accepting that fine. And then the compromises are that then they are saying then it means the regent of Nayafu must be installed. But then you are also saying no, but the regent of Na Muhammadu Abdullah must be installed. So he comes up to say that if we were to compromise on one side, what are we getting from our brothers? And you would also say if we compromise on one side, what are we getting from our brothers? So wonder about these issues as we hear. Tomorrow when we come, we sort it out before we finish. But by all means, tomorrow we shall have to finish this meeting.
Biang yisol lamna yekule zamzam yela mania bang jirbo ngo palam lam wal so kam ne yela sham domi panna yele ni inye de la yela lukan abel lu sham kalinya sa yela sa yor biang ko rezo so kayim sa la ka tera ka yi satin dinyaga afan mo kayenya biang so comme tout en la nan ti so comme les ont so comme tel ils ont fait il y a de tout biang sera chez lui ka isa dans na ko tel information la payer.
Now I think Yamura would want to say a word before is he talking about
what is saying is that what we are discussing is just a small problem. It's not in shouldn't have moved from Damangu to this place, or I don't travel during this month. So I'm thinking now we should finish this evening I can get back to Damangu.
I'm thinking about him. He's tired, so I want him to go and rest. I'm thinking about them.
He sees he has to go, so he wants to tell you something that will end the matter.
The plane is not flying today. The plane is not flying today, so he has to sleep. The plane cannot leave today, so he will have to sleep until tomorrow morning.
Yes,
No, I don't want him to travel like that. He can't travel in the night. So I think what we will do is break this meeting because I think I'm pushing them too much and I don't think it's right. So that we can rest and then tomorrow we start early and then try to conclude. But I want both sides to ponder over what we've discussed today. And what I want them to understand is that this is just the beginning of the process. We haven't gotten to the end at all, it is just the beginning. There's quite a lot for us to do to discuss before we get to the end of the situation. See, after the burial, the regency, then the funerals. After that, what do we do with the Na Yakubu son, Na Muhammadu son? What do we do with them?
Ne sogma isona ge bang jilbo wala kare na Yakubu bang na wala kare na Muhammad bang.
And then after that, then the new Yana. So we need to appreciate that it's a long way to go. But to be honest with you, for the honor to be done to the Nayaku, we all have to agree that he must be buried, so that that issue of him lying in the fridge is resolved once and for all.
Ne omi bono yella yamangle ne tiyen nang shele nzang jilma ne tunkwe nang shel kam ka volte bulchin nim yala to bosum son nte ndayana.
What we have to appreciate is that even the Yana himself is dead, so what about the regent? He who held the authority, the king himself, who you all regard as your father, he himself is lying down in the fridge, which shouldn't have been so, because by your custom, within about a day, 2 days, 3 days, no one even hears of it. He's buried, and then we are here.
So
let us ponder over this. We are punishing him, we are punishing ourselves. See, he dies through this gruesome thing and death, and we still continue to punish him. It's an indictment on all of us. So gentlemen, we will finish this meeting with a food for thought. Go back to your hotels, think about this, come back tomorrow morning early, let us discuss this amicably, and then from there on we can go and then start the process of the burial and the regency and everything together.
Now we say you sit in our lap, you sell lamna at the bounty and peer in the shum, and by and now you put the bounty and dial loose.
Tomorrow the Yabunra and Nairi would have to go in the morning.
Now this one, you ever Nairi money, you have your good now, no such will love it, Tamale. Now this one. So
we'll meet early and discuss this early and then allow them to go. What time do we meet tomorrow? What time do you think they can be ready? What do you think? 9 o'clock? Will they be okay for 9 or is it early for them?
You know, Kurga Wilson, no task. 9
So we agreed to that, and then we'll be here for 9, and then we start. I know most people didn't intend to sleep, but we have this problem we have to resolve. I'm sorry I have to bring them. They didn't prepare for tomorrow, but they have to sleep with us. The regional minister brought one shirt and he's going to wear that tomorrow to come back. So we thank you very much, and we hope by tomorrow we would find an amicable settlement. Okay, we welcome all of you this morning. You had very sound sleep and then enjoyed yourself, relaxed a bit. We left yesterday with the committee's position for you to go and think about it and come back to talk to us about what you feel about those suggestions. One, the issue about regency after the burial of the Naya. And then the position of Nam Muhammadu Abdullahi as recognizing him as a former Yana. That we discussed here, and then we came up with a roadmap. Where we said that after the burial of Naya Kubu, the son would be appointed as a regent. But with limited powers. And that we intend to constitute a council of elders, 3 from the Andani, 3 from the Abudu. Together with the Kugana, to then assist the regent in the customary performance of whatever customs and traditions that should be followed in Yendi. What we said was that after the constitution of the Council of Elders together with the Kugana, they then would invite Na Muhammadu's son to perform the funeral of his father. And then the council together with the Kugana and the regent will give a title to Na Muhammadu's son. And then he will leave Yendi to where the title has been given to him. And then we will come to the son of Naya Kubu. He would also perform the funeral of his father. And then later on wait till a new Yana is nominated. And then he would also confer a title on the son of Naya Kubu, and then he would also leave Yendi. So that Yendi wouldn't have any regents sitting there or any sons of the Yana sitting there, but the Yana then comes in to avoid what has happened in the The committee appreciates that there are positions that should be filled before the funerals can be performed. Because of the circumstances that we find ourselves in,
jahuma na karate zeshama.
To avoid a situation where the regent of Naya Kutubin and Andani might be seen to be biased appointing people there.
Ne bele no shamnya di encha zilso ko bien dom na ko banya andanye nirzo.
Before any of these funerals are performed, this council of 3 from Andani, 3 from Yabutu, together with the Kugana, would then advise in terms of the positions to be filled and who should be put in there.
Ne di la kuya wama tiam mal la pam ba ta shaldi yel rati pa na yam zula bare jinda ang bare bumo bangla ma munun kartu no mulye tu no champion tu no champion la pam ba ton na yam no be na ubanga bare ba.
So that the process will be fair and just to both sides. This is what we left you yesterday with, to go and ponder about it and come back to it. So we would want to hear from you what your feelings are about this so that we can come to a conclusion of this arrangement. The committee would want to remind you that after the burial and the appointment of the regent together with the Constitutional Council, we shall come back here and then discuss the way forward regarding the funeral of Na Muhammad.
Ne kul di school to soil kajil bank nare kar pire pambata ben yi yawa buri mun yawa den na yawa inte pa na yawa zola ne kul to soil kajil bank mana ne tel halam na ti tela tujina dan jende di yamal na mamma ba.
That would mean we will come here to discuss the vacant positions and who should be put in the filling of those vacant positions before the funerals take place.
Ne tiel lamla jona ante ntojina njene lo shanga bangla namne bi DAGBON zon wula karyen nan kar piyama mal kar ngar la bokma poy katna na mar kul ma ye ton.
And all the other processes that will follow. So that is where we left you now, and therefore we await your comments from both sides before we finalize. First, the Kugana's representative would want to come in as the head now of the ND at DAGBON. And we want your comments on this way forward, the roadmap.
Ne obone oumla na yebe tumba nwelne don na yebe nanye kuna yule DAGBON zon do obone oumla na yebe tumba nwelne nya oyere tokshama wula lenyen.
The comments we want from you are from the burial of the Yana to the appointment of the regency with limited powers and the constitution of the council together with the Kugana to support, to assist him. Ne
bonbonne na yabtumma yele tokshel nyala na yakubu sobo no banjilbu ne banama nama yani nyesh matargala ne benyam pige yaba dayile ne batan yaba Livata inte pana yabzo ka bo sona ne dem ka bo borne na yabtumba tapsidia.
We await the comments of the Kugana, and then we come to what the Abudu and the Adani to also come up with their comments.
Yabe tumba zel kwam kana ti yahayo misal.
Thank you, I stand up to speak as the spokesperson for the Kugana. On my left is the Prince of Kuga, and on my right is the Secretary of the Kugana. But I speak as the spokesperson for the Kugana.
And you were appointed by the Kugana?
By the Kugana.
And then both sides, the secretary, you agree that he speaks on behalf of the Kugana?
Mbaka yisme yel ne o yela na yabe ngun nye na yab zinle zan kana to na yab nda pigo kene banyol wala nyela ko na pia kamie na yabe bangmara ka o tufo baria ne o yel shama ne palen yele na yelma.
The Kugana wishes the Committee of Eminent Kings to appreciate, first of all, that is the custodian of the bank custody.
Ne na yabe pure na zura toma pam ne be tuma pam ayel ne obor na bang ne ngunye dagbang ba zongo.
Both the Abudulai royal family and the Andani royal family are his customary grandchildren.
Ne yaba abla yilnam yaba andani zanyala kalswelzo na yabe yasinye tzaha.
And he pledges to your majesties that he will forever remain impartial.
Ne ka o na yab yelne o yelne ngun BMP kakala so ka pi dak to so yela ngomane.
What your eminent Committee of Kings are proposing, the Kugana welcomes it.
Ne na yabe tare nuhai ndiri na zura toma ne bourse yeto shele mama.
But he wants to emphasize that custom is what he expects your committee to abide by.
Ne ama o bormene o yelne de tuene na zura ta committee mama de dole kal.
Because you have your own customs.
Bozo na zura tama zamala bakaya.
And in Dabang, he is the head.
Do dabang mi une nanye zo.
So what your Committee of Eminent Kings are proposing is not opposed to it, but he will plead with you to impress on his grandchildren to look up to him, to guide them as their grandfather.
Ne na yab zaksere na zura ton ne bourse yeto shama na ma on mera contre na zura ton yab na yire o tunfo ne yab yobangura ne bopam me yi anden man aburi lim jandi don izanyela o yas ka yi liro ka o bobianguma ka tizaha bobson karmal.
That is the reason why yesterday he asked us to report to your committee that the letter he wrote to you is not adding anything nor taking anything out.
Ne dozoka na yebsa taba izine ne be na zora tama ne be onda sa banshel tabala obiem pi shel dene o mi blahem pa shel dene.
He wishes your Committee of Eminent Kings God's luck.
Zo o surna woni entre na zora tama na pamba pamle na on somba na malgo. O ne o borne o bola ya abul nam ka yele ka to dan nam ba na yel.
Your Majesties, for a Jilma Nanam plus Oma, I will first want to inform you that there was an FM information broadcasted by Joy FM that we had all agreed on the burial and thanksgiving of the regent, which was false. The Tory or no Bansi nana noi wana pamba pita mani sohla radio tuma du siala to woni joye fam ne so yele tuma kar woni jima so baya ne de so na ya ko kashir ban de be non pare.
Now, my second point is an objection to the Kugana's position as an impartial person.
Ne dem pare o bodne o zaksi yem kona ne ni onyara nunshi o kalso so kam dan yayin.
There have been so many instances which he has played the role of the leader of the Andani family.
Ne malzumana pirana zo ya shana ya o yina shera mun nya dan yiri pion.
I wouldn't go far to it, but that is to say that he's partial.
So obi en dare to ma pa o kuriya da ma no banso kadama de o nyala ngon ko ya.
No, the position of Kugana still remains that whether it's the person or the position.
The position is impartial.
That's right. And therefore the position is impartial, so he's not partial.
Yes, you're right.
That's right. So clarify that. Go on.
The banker so on na ya kuna nyala ngon jenti da bansa. So me yema the yalla on nam de shela abuna da sa shela da ban da bi shi do yin so tizan da sa ne o shela da bansa.
Your Majesty, 4 years ago, when we started coming, there was a roadmap set up by your eminent committee.
Ne so you man mara shi mo da pile shawara ma na ko pile mami bra pi ma ka en benna so ma zan la so ban fun fu ya ma mal som dunya imasa.
First, the committee used to meet as separately as Abudu
le tu le jima na pile ka ba mina aburi ne je na ko ka mina da yan ba ke ko.
It came to a time they were coming together.
Haka na ta paka idunya imasa da le shi ne ba da shawara.
The roadmap was given by the eminent priest.
Sabra benna so no da san ban fun fu ya ma din yan da shan haka yar ma ta man na so ya.
And we were both assured that we are going to strictly follow the roadmap.
Ne bame da san la pupu ma so bra we ne yan do shan bra yibiyam da man lal ka chari ko do la de.
Among the items which were in the program was the burial of the late Yama. First, we started by sacrifices, that we must perform certain sacrifices before we can talk about it. Then came about the temporal palace. Which was not in the roadmap. Your Majesties, you asked the Abudu family to be patient and agree for a temporal palace to be built, since it was just temporal. We all went there, the committee was formed, we went and leave the site in agreement to that. Originally, they were supposed to build just a few rooms just for the temporal issue. Finally, it ended up by having more than 14 rooms. Then we came back to Your Majesty. And then it's again brought up about the pavilion. Your Majesties, I just want you to see the inconsistencies which we are going through with this roadmap. And Your Majesties told us that nobody will have his 100%. what he wants. As we are in a queue like this and they are in a queue here, we must learn to either shift backwards one step or forward one step. Throughout the program of the eminent kings, we have stepped backwards more than this time. Came to a point where the burial issue was then almost finalized. This thing was postponed due to no question back, just the question of regent. And in the roadmap, it was clearly stated that the burial will take place, and then we come back here, because there are so many issues which we have to address before installing the regent. Now, we are trying to take 2 items out of the program together. Which are not the same. The burial different from the enslavement of the regent. The funeral, the enslavement of a regent is part of the funeral. Now, talking about the mausoleum, there are presently 7 graves or tombs in the mausoleum. It was our great grandfather who built the Dallas. So his grave is number 1 there. Followed by Nabu. Followed by Namahaman Kemal. Followed by Namahaman Black. Followed by Nabla Black. Then Andane. The present king who is still lying in the city is going to be the 8th one. After burial, when a date of the regency is fixed, the children and grandchildren of the late Yana are shaved. And the queen mothers gather the hair and go and put it on the grave of the late king. Now, that is custom and it's tradition. If we sit down here and say it's a compromise, then the hair of the Nama's children and grandchildren are not on his grave. Then we jump over his grave, go and then put the hair of Na and Yakubu on that grave. Are we not making a customary mistake?
Even not Nama than one of them. Cut a song I have tonight. Kay shall bango canon la calma, Tababerga calma, domin, the one down to like the tunnel of the never known the Yamatan on your children.
Now, in DAGBON custom,
I find that point for us. We shame when we are coming to do the funeral or something.
If the regent is going to be enslaved, that day he shaved together with all his brothers and sisters, and the hair collected by the elderly women who are also in the royal family and put on the grave of the late king.
nana yem no oni yetoshino yelma we no wushama o wumaka de banshil be dare ben na ma bihni o yans bi pen ba de konsuma ya vala sa mo ma zan pa la na so mo
Your Majesty, in earnest, if now Muhammad was a Yana, he became a Yana before the late Ayah.
Then they saw it, Yana, to team and Ayah.
And he died 15 years ago.
No, I mean, people.
He died again before Nayabwa, and it's about 15 years ago.
And they, on down
now, the late Nayabwa is just about 4 years in there. Now, looking at the bank custom, Your Majesty, let us learn to speak the truth and the tradition. We shouldn't twist it. I said that in even our families, our smaller families, there's no way where somebody will die, then you are preparing for the future. Another person died, you leave that one down and go and perform the one who just died.
The banker so you carry so many can buy. We are my hell to my own yellow fear or put a man down by the point, cannot when you are children.
Now, the issue of the regents, I'm still coming to that. After the burial,
we saw that
if we do not come back here to look at the roadmap which your eminent chiefs, if your wisdom, put down, and allow anybody to draw his or her own program and we follow it, there will be problems for us. The roadmap did not tell us that somebody or one family should draw the program and we follow it. Your Majesty, what if the Abudu family also, after hearing the Ghana sending a program to bury and skin the region, then we also send another program telling you that we are going to skin our region and perform what will happen? Your Majesty, we still respect the roadmap which we all suggested. I so strongly suggest, for the sake of peace in Dagbon, let us bury the late Yana, because the burial is not for only the Andanis. He was a Yana of Dagbon, not Andanis.
Ona kungar country nada no nyanga ita pan solo za dole lara pupse da punso ne za dolma domin dan yana ora plan dan yana ora nyira da konsa na.
And the customary rites which are going to be performed during the funeral is going to be both Abu and Andan unless it is not accepted.
Kaya me and no mammy can't then go in Abu Babian can Arabati and
now. If we all go and bury and we do not talk of the Mamara's funeral or the regent, then what will we be doing to have that particular funeral?
Nations on tea son I couple of Basara. Lena Maru de Crosso, Ka Ishilpan, come for now, Kuma, Wulakati, Izali.
Your Majesty, this is the right time for us to take hard decisions, for the eminent chiefs to take hard decisions.
Ne, Tempa Parish, woman, but not a woman, the pie and the bass our Kima.